Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on September 9th, 2014, about 3:30 in the afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. Paul's off here this Tuesday and he goes back to work tomorrow, and we've been sitting out in the back porch today. It's been such a splendid day. I mean, it's been sort of like the mid-60s and light to no breeze, and it's just magnificent. This is sort of like your perfect early fall weather, you know. No gripes here. Earlier, Paul went on a beer and cigarette run, and he's napping now. But we've looked at, well, particularly today, we looked at Tony Pincham's video about his religious experiences, which is magnificent. And then most recently, I watched RPW 1958's video about him and his partner and one of their dogs down at Lake Lanier there, just outside of Atlanta, and that was fun. And so I thought it would be appropriate to do the usual run down to the mailbox run. Oh, looky here, guys. They're back. There are our boys. They're back. How serendipitous. Eat those bugs, guys. See why I don't mow the place? Because see, if I mowed this place, they wouldn't have all that sort of habitat to enjoy. You know? Screw the township. No, really. I mean, really, think about it. I mean, why should you ruin life for other creatures that God has let us be around just to keep the upper middle classes around here happy? That's nonsense. That's just nonsense. Or as Anthony Hopkins said in Legends of the Fall, screw the government, screw them. Well, as is often the case when one goes down to the mailbox, which is where I was going when we saw the turkeys, and my battery died, I got some nonsense, and this is clearly a shotgun solicitation by this Mercedes-Benz outfit there in Easton, out there in one of the high-end shopping centers there on the east side of Columbus, and it's addressed to Dr. Joe Stephen Kersey, which is indeed my name. That's my full name. So this guy is shotgunning names off the State Medical Board website. It's interesting that he says, I belong to the American Medical Association. Well, I don't belong to the American Medical Association, nor have I ever done. One, I don't agree with a lot of what they say, and two, I wasn't going to waste money on those kind of dues. And apparently there's some sort of fleet employee plan that entitles me to incredible discounts on purchase or lease of a new Mercedes-Benz.
There we go, got it.
Paul emerges. Paul emerges. God bless him. So here's this guy. He's on the make. Good for him. But he wants to meet with me and go over current fleet rates. Well, my fleet rate for, I think maybe what Paul was,
sell trucks.
I think what Paul was saying is maybe we get a fleet rate for him to get a new vehicle.
They sell trucks. Now, they have Mercedes.
Well, you want to get one of those, those medium-sized box trucks that they have, like they drive around.
That's what he's doing. He's trying to.
Well, the man's trying to make a living. I mean,
yeah.
you can't fault a guy for trying to make a living. Just if he.
Fleet sales are on the way.
Well, if he's barking up the wrong tree, he's barking up the wrong tree. But still, you can't fault the guy for trying.
Right.
So there it is.
Guy's giving it a shot.
Yeah, he's giving it a shot. My Lord, think of the postage involved, because he's clearly shotgunning easily over 300 or 400 guys here in Central Ohio. Probably more than that, actually.
Probably shooting at every dock.
Well, I'm sure he's not mailing every dock in Ohio, but he's certainly mailing every dock maybe in the central third of Ohio. I mean, that's going to be costing him around $500, $600 for his employer.
I know, because it's like, what?
Well, it's 49 cents a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 cents of,
Yeah.
yeah. The dock.
Well, he's barking up the wrong tree here, unless, well, I don't think there's any. Well, first of all, I'm not part of the American Medical Association, so I can't sneak Paul in under that anyway. And the Farm Bureau discount doesn't apply to Dodge vehicles this year. I think it applies to GMC vehicles, General Motors vehicles. I actually, when I bought my truck, I benefited from a $500 discount available to Farm Bureau members. But GMC vehicles are so much more expensive than even the Dodge ones now. It's a discount applicable to any member of your household, so I could apply it to him, but he isn't going to want to spend that much money on a GMC truck, although they're also very nice trucks. Oh, go away, insects, stop crawling on me. So, as I said, watch RPW 1958, and also watch Tony Pincham, Pincham. Us older gay guys have to kind of stick together. Plus it's a demographic that is sadly it's represented. It's not non-represented, but it's underrepresented on YouTube, and I think we have a lot to say to folks out there. Certainly to each other. Although I think the great thing about YouTube is that it isn't the kind of medium that's likely to become really inbred. I mean, I think people look at all sorts of other people and get interested in other people, and I think that's one of the great things about YouTube. I think that's maybe one of the points of YouTube. Well, the point of YouTube is to make money for Google, but thank you very much again, sir. But in the midst of all this, you find out about other people in other parts of the world, and I think that's great. So I think that's pretty much it today. I love seeing the turkeys. That was completely unexpected. You can't plan that kind of stuff, though, can you? Alrighty, bye-bye now. Oh, I love it. You just gotta love it. What a magnificent day.